Hey, it's Ty there.
This is him.
Ty, this is RJ Bates calling about your property there on Treasure Cove.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, man. You still looking to sell that property?
Yeah, we are actually. We just lost my mother, and that's why I haven't returned your call. We knew it was coming, but it's still a heavy-duty blow all the same. My dad is just beside himself, so things are just kind of like really iffy. But yeah, I mean that was one of the reasons we were selling it because the property is just too big for my dad. Um, I'm here helping him out and stuff right now, but I'm not living with him anymore. So we wanted to see if you guys wanted to take a look at it and see what's going on, kind of get some information about what you guys do.
Yeah, man. Well, first and foremost, I'm sorry to hear about your mother's passing. I know how hard that is. I lost my dad back in 2012, so sorry to hear about that.
She had a good run, man. She had 88 years, and she was a stone cold fighter from the old school, man. But we're just glad that she went fairly peaceful, fairly painless. But the last few weeks were just brutal.
Right.
But yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Like I said, my dad's the one who was he's really going through it, man. 44 years together, and I guess that's nothing to shake a stick at lightly. I couldn't even imagine loving somebody that long yet, but hopefully I'll get that with my wife.
Right.
But yeah, we're doing all right. But yeah, we are looking to sell the place.
Did you have a number in mind that you were looking to get for the property?
Well, it's hard to say because so many different sites, say that this is the estimated value, this is the estimated value, and I'm sure the values they're estimating are as if the house is in tip-top condition, and ours is in pretty damn good condition, but there are some things that need to be repaired on it. I mean, the house is built 95, but it's a beautiful family home, 2-story, 2,100 square feet, and a developed landscape. It's in a cul-de-sac, a quiet neighborhood, no crime. So I think we owe $2,9,600 or something like that, I think. And it's supposedly they go an estimate for it. Supposedly it's like 444 or 450, something like that.
Right.
I know we're not gonna get that, especially going through a service like this. My dad and I have already come to terms with. We'd rather get the rapid sale and deal with somebody reputable, somebody we can get a good deal with, and have to go through all the crap that comes with going through a realtor.
Right. Well, one of the benefits for us is we buy it as is, so we don't require any repairs. There are no realtor commissions. We cover the closing costs. So we try to make, and especially in like these circumstances where, there was a death in the family, we do try to be cognizant of that and as respectful as possible through that process. Honestly, dude, the way you're shooting me straight, so I'll shoot you straight. 445 looks to be about what the house would be worth if it was in tip top shape. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, so much so there is a house that has the exact same square footage as you, same year built, same bed bath count, probably the same exact house as yours.
Probably it's in the same neighborhood because there's like 4 different models that were built here back when it was developed.
Right. And it's across the street. I mean, it's literally right there on Turtle Creek Court. Yeah, so it's pending at 435. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're right on that. So give me an idea of what needs to be done to the property.
Okay. I've recently done a bunch myself. Actually, I just finished laying hardwood downstairs and all. Well, not hardwood, but the Pergo kind of flooring. So I've done some upgrades here recently because I came in here to start doing on the house. But there's something that needs to be done in the house is minor. Like, okay, for instance, the furnace went out. However, the AC that goes to the furnace is brand new. But the furnace itself that drives the heater and the AC, that's non-existent. It doesn't work. So, as far as that goes, just like minor, I really can't say like too much. I mean, some of the outer like wood, has sun damage from the sun beating on it in the backyard.
Right.
Like the trim around the windows. Some new screens will probably be needed to put in. The master bath, it's a dual sink cabinet in the master bath. And one of the sinks has just like some cosmetic damage in it, so to sell it, I would imagine you guys would replace that.
Right.
But just like new vinyl flooring in the upstairs master bath and the upstairs bathroom, as well as the downstairs bathroom and the laundry room. We'll put new vinyl flooring in, vinyl tiles, whatnot.
Right. What about like paint?
You don't want to throw paint on just because my parents had bad taste.
I gotcha.
I mean, my dad, we're repainting one of the rooms that my daughter was staying in when she was here. We're just repainting that. It's white. We're going to eggshell white. But, yeah, the paint is a little dated. So the outside is fairly new. The outside of the house has just been painted within the last 5 years. So it's got good paint on the outside. But like I said, some of the wood trimming and stuff is going to need to be replaced. My dad and I are getting ready to sand and refinish the deck out back. I planted new grass out back, and it grew in great. But there's patches now because we had freaking major snow and flooding here. Not flooding, but like we had so much rain that it messed up my grass seed. It did mess up my grass seed, so some areas are like dense, some areas aren't. So the backyard, probably gonna want to throw some sod down. Doing it by hand and planting the seed like I did last year was a pain in the ass. But it was successful, and then like winter came and screwed me all up. But the front yard is the front yard grass is beautiful. Got mature trees in the front yard. We lost a cherry tree in the backyard because the wind blew it over. So we only have 2 trees in the backyard. But there's man, it sounds real familiar to the Turtle Creek place, but it's a great house. It's just too many memories. My dad's like anxious to get out of here because everywhere he looks, the poor guy's breaking down, and they have to grip in the top too. So
right.
It's got a lot of good memories, but my dad needs it. We're going to put him in somewhere smaller so he can go try to enjoy some time. But it's a super killer house for a family. I mean, and it's in a cul-de-sac, which is always a bonus. But as far as major repairs, other than the furnace, there's really no major repairs that need to be done to it. Just like a lot of the stuff that you might want to punch out for like a new tin or something, like slap some new paint on it. The upstairs might want to be recarpeted, like the rooms. I was going to run hardwood upstairs and stuff like that, but then I was like, it's too cold. Downstairs it looks nice, having hardwood all the floors. But upstairs, you probably want to run some new carpet in. I mean, I put some carpet down in the last few years, but it's just on those tiles, the carpet tiles that you put in.
Yep.
I didn't want to run up like a whole set of new carpet because I knew we were going to sell it, and whoever comes in is always going to want to put their own carpet down, so I put stuff in so it looks nice, but I wouldn't say it's like set for the long haul. Stuff only lasts a few years anyway, so.
So you said y'all owe roughly $290 on it, right?
Between $290 and $295, I believe.
Okay. How much money, like cash in your dad's pocket, do you think you need? Like, what would be the amount that, hey, if we get this much in our pocket, we're happy to get him to move on?
We talked about 420. I mean, 120, like 120. Don't know if that's realistic or not. 100 would be nice. I'm not sure below that where we'd be at. Hey, look, for us to get 435 for the house, like the Turtle Creek one, we probably have to put about 10 grand in fixing it up. And you got these LRPs and a clothing cost and whatnot like that.
Right.
So if we went to the realtor route, I don't know where we'd be at either, but we're going to kind of be trusting this company that comes in here because Dad's only bought a house before. I mean, the last time he sold a house was like 50 years ago.
Right.
So, I mean, and I've never sold a house. I mean, I've spent my life in the military and got out. I'm just kind of like working my way through the federal government, working for them right now while I get ready to buy with my wife at some point. So, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know what your guys' fees are you guys charge.
It's not necessarily fees that we charge. It's more or less us looking at the deal and trying to understand what our exit strategy is going to be. And so if we're selling it in the mid fours, right, that's what we would want to sell it for. Then we have to look at like the cost of the repairs. So like the furnace, right?
Right.
And like you said, paint.
Price out about $5 to $8 on the furnace. Look,
right.
to get it going, to push this kind of square footage, you got probably about between $5 and $8 grand.
Right. And then you talked about the paint, right? We're gonna want to probably paint it because you said your parents had bad taste.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have to do that. And then just the small miscellaneous repairs that you're talking about. Anytime we hear the word carpet, we automatically assume that has to be replaced just because people lived in it, you know?
Yep, and I would replace that for floor carpet, regardless if I just laid carpet in a year ago, just because that's just kind of standard.
Right.
The
So
downstairs, the flooring is, you like it, it's called Amston oak, so it's kind of like a light gray.
Yep.
Oak, it's like a real popular right now. Time, so I laid all that downstairs, the whole floor, and I did the baseboard trimming it, so that came out looking great.
Right. So if that's the case, then like knowing that those are the repairs that we need to do, we would deduct that from what we're selling it from, and then we have to put in a margin for ourselves, right, to be able to make money. And so I think realistically, I gotta dive into some of these comps here. It doesn't look like any of the properties have pools, so that helps. Almost all of the properties around there are built around the same year, so that helps.
Yep. The whole development was.
Right. So
this place is building a lot. I got you. They got a lot of companies. Makita came in. Because we have huge companies out here, Sally, that built. So the people are moving here crazy style.
Right. So I don't think we're gonna be around that 120 like net to you guys because I just don't think that's gonna be like deducting enough from what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like just from the,
I get it totally.
so I mean,
and I'm not gonna hold you any figure because we're shooting straight, and you're from my favorite state in the country. So I mean,
well, what part of Texas do you like?
Amarillo, honestly. I was born in Montana.
Okay.
So I'm a country boy, red state, but my parents, in their infinite stupidity, moved us originally to California, and I was like,
oh, jeez.
And then we came to Nevada, which was good when we first got here. Now it's kind of on the fence because it's now I call them the Californians are moving here in droves. So
right.
Mrs. and I are looking at going to New Mexico or maybe Wyoming is what we're kind of checking out.
So
retirement, but anyway.
So funny you're saying that. I have 2 properties that I'm going to be selling in Butte, Montana, and I've got 3 properties I'm going to be selling in New Mexico.
So I'm going to keep your number.
So I've got, in New Mexico, I think we got Socorro, New Mexico. We got Grant, New Mexico. And then another one in, let me look here.
Not Truth or Consequences, is it?
No.
We were looking down there at that little place, but then we were like, okay, this is a little bit too small for us.
Right. I think the other one is, hold on, let me look. Las Cruces.
Las Cruces is not too bad.
Yeah. So, man, this is tough because I want you guys. I want to be able to get a deal that's viable so we can actually close. Because one of the things I don't want to do is like say, all right, dude, I could do this number, and then we can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But
I can't hold you that. So you're not gonna send anybody?
no, I'm gonna send somebody out there. But let me explain our process. What we like to do is we like to have these conversations with sellers, understand their position, and then either first and foremost determine, are we going to be a good fit or not for you? In this circumstance, I think it is what you guys need is to deal with an investor, right? You don't want to go on the market. You don't want to list with a realtor. You know.
No, you just alive, I think. And plus, I already shut down 2 of these companies because I called a few of you guys, and one was from California and one was from freaking Colorado.
Yeah.
Like, no, boom, done. So, I mean, I'm glad that when I saw you guys hitting up on Texas, I was like, okay, I'm dealing with somebody who's doing a straight shooter.
Right, exactly.
And I appreciate that.
I mean, so there's a couple different options here on what we could do. I mean, there's the cash route. The cash offer is always going to be probably the lowest, realistically, because we're taking on all of the liability, right? So at that point in time, it's like, you know, there's a lot of risk involved with that, especially with our current president and administration on what they're doing. So, no, no worries. The other part of it is that there are some creative routes that we could go. Like, for example, on the mortgage, if you didn't need cash up front, we could leverage that mortgage where we buy the property subject to, we come in, we fix it up, we sell it, and then you get money on the back end after we sell it. That is a creative way to do these types of deals if you don't need the money up front. So I guess let me ask you that question. Do you need money in order to get dad out of the property, or do you already have a place?
We do. And the wife and I have a place, but dad, here's my thing. The house was supposed to be mine when he died.
Right.
And when the parents died, I was going to sell it, yada, yada, yada. Honestly, my parents have been good parents to me. They've been great parents my whole life, and I've never wanted to not. So I told them, I said, I don't need it, but it'll be nice. But I told my dad, I said, when mom passed, I said, you go buy your hot rod, man. Do what you got to do and have a good time. Because he's 80, going on 82, and honestly, he doesn't have a whole lot of time left either. So I'd rather get the cash and him go do whatever the hell he's going to do and live a little bit, because he's been kind of like anchored here at the house, taking care of my mom for so long. And he's got a little bit of life left in him. So, but the funds have been tight because all the treatment and all this, everything that's been going on. So I would like to get him, and he would like to get his cash in pocket so he can go, like he wants to buy a little trailer and just live like a little simple life, but be able to do some cool things. If I get any kickback, that's fine. If I don't, that's also okay. I just want my dad to be okay and go out with a smile on his face. I mean, you know, I want him to go out with his boots on.
Right.
So if we had to wait for the mortgage on this.
Well, let me ask you this. What if he got a little bit of money up front? What if it was like, hey, let us buy the property sub 2, so we're taking over the mortgage, and here's like $10K in your pocket right now, and then let us come in and fix the house up, sell it, and then he can get a larger lump sum on the backside. I have to talk to him about that one. I think you probably want a little more upfront, but I have to talk to him about that one. I mean, because listen, what you're talking about is it's not going to be a lengthy process. I mean, let's look at the days on market here of the properties in the area. I mean, we've got 37 days that just sold in May. We've got 52 days that sold in April, 31 days, 20 days, 19, 38. You know, we're talking about maybe a couple of weeks to get the house prepped, and then maybe 30, 45 days. So you're talking about maybe 60 days from now is realistically the timeline on how long he would have to wait to get his entire funds. And even if we did a cash close, it might take, 30 days to close, where this sub 2 route could go a lot faster. What's the difference? What would be the difference if we pulled the whole cash deal now versus part and then part? Man, I mean, realistically, I'm probably talking about cash like 330, 340. And I'm thinking you get a lot more money if we can go the creative route. That's why I'm talking about it. Just because I feel like we could come in and realistically, when we look at the creative routes, because we're not having the money up front, we're willing to make less on the backside. You know what I'm saying? Because we're essentially leveraging the mortgage that's in place. So we're saying, hey,
indexes and that will have the best always been my specialty.
Right.
I'm totally gathering what you're saying here. This is my language. So you were saying on an estimate, 340 is what?
Right.
So that would be roughly 40 to 50 grand total to our pocket. Period.
Right.
Roughly. Versus selling the house on the back end, so you get 435 for it after it's all fixed up, said and done.
Maybe we can get more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking here, we've got a couple. I broadened out my range. We've got one that sold for 458. That was pretty similar to ours. We've got another one that sold for, where are we at?
I think I'm the one that was sold in the area. I'm honestly, I think that you're pretty in the ballpark. 435, 440. Let's just use that one as a number. Just be on the safe side. That way, there's not like
right.
I hope there's nothing with that. So say you guys sold it for 440 on the back end.
Okay, 440.
You drop 10 into us or whatever on the little upfront cash flow. Here's 10. You put 10, 12 into it. So now you're down to like 425, 420 on after it's sold. So where are we sitting on that? Our chunk versus the 340 that we had done if we take cash. You know what I'm saying? You got 420 in your pocket minus any profits that you need to take out of it, and then it's still. You see where I'm at with that?
Yeah.
So what would be realistically?
We sold for 440, and we had to pay full realtor commissions when we sell it. That's going to be 30 grand right there because we're going to have to cover the closing costs when you list on the retail. So that's like 30 grand. So now you're down to 410. Delete that 290. Now you're down to 110. You guys got 10. So now you're down to 100. And then like you're saying, you put 10, 15 into it. So now you're down to like 90. So yeah, I mean, realistically, you say we wanted to make 30, 35 on it. Now you're looking at like 55, 65,000 in dad's pocket. Yeah, I mean, it's really not that big of a difference, you know?
It's closer margin, but I mean, it's still, to some, it might be a huge margin. They're 10, 15 grand.
Right.
But to some, it might not be a huge margin. And that is definitely something I would have to confer with my dad on because he's still of sound mind and faculty. So, I mean, you know, I know what the house was supposed to be when they passed away.
Right.
I'm going to let him make his choice because at the end of the day, I want my pops to be happy and have some enjoyment in the last couple of years when he's out alive. Wow. He's been through some shit, and I'm doing all right for myself. I'm not rich by any means, but I'm not poor man either. So I just my inheritance has come over my lifetime because they've just been not good parents to me. So it's not important. It's not about me as far as what I'm gonna get out of the deal. That's one I want to make sure that my dad's covered, and he doesn't have to worry for those last couple of years he has left, no matter what. You know, he's like, okay, I got this covered because I have this much and this much or that much. You know.
Hold on one second. Let me look at something real quick. We got a property on Sand Pebble Drive. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, that's what's figured out for us.
Okay. This sold, it was a year ago. That's why. May 31st. It sold for $495.
Oh, yeah. We missed that window by just days because we weren't sure what was going on with mom and air conditioning, and we already realized that we missed the top end. So yeah. We started a little window between 20 and 22 during COVID and all that kind of crap. It was just prime for the picking. Now things are slowing down a little bit, and people are starting to tighten their belts. And this whole BRIC thing with these freaking commies and fucking assholes that are in the country trying to do this new monetary system has got me drove. Yeah. That's threatening our way of life. And so let's just be straight. The economy's definitely in a cautious state, so I get that too.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, when I changed my filter from last 12 months, last 6 months, yeah, you see everything higher dropped off. It's everything right now. The highest around there is 435. So yeah, you're
absolutely right. And I'm an investor in actually sports trading cards.
Oh yeah.
Some of the higher ends like big. And I'll tell you what, 2020, 2021 were like the gold mine. I could put a piece of shit on sale on eBay, and man, they would scoop it up. But that thing has leveled off, and the indexes have like dropped. I mean, they're going to be worth something at some point. But you give somebody a choice: does he want a picture, a piece of cardboard, or do you want a piece of family?
Right.
Right now, I'm putting my stuff back in the safe because not going to be a good time to sell because everybody's hunkering down. So I see where you guys are coming at too from a company perspective and what you guys needed to keep on going. So all these factors I'm taking into play. I just want to be able to shoot my dad the two different offers that are available and what the options are.
Yeah, talk to him about it. See what he says, and see if he's open to either one of those. I mean, realistically, I think we can make either one of them work, but I don't think it moves the needle too much for either one of us looking at it now in more detail. I appreciate you doing the math there with me. I like doing that. So yeah, talk to him. This is my office phone number that you've got here. And feel free to give me a call after you have a conversation with him. Let me know what he thinks. Okay.
I give you my word. We'll definitely give you a call back sooner than later.
Awesome, man.
And we're not dealing with anybody else right now, so you got first crack, and in my opinion, probably the only crack. There are two schnecks to call that you don't like.
Yeah.
They're kind of like a jet set in Hollywood. You've been persistent. Again, I apologize for taking a delay and taking a call.
Oh, bro, don't apologize about that. I understand what's going on there, and no worries. It was funny because I left your voicemail yesterday, and I said Roger on there because you put Roger, but your voicemail says Ty, and I knew like there was something going on there. I was like, okay, it's emergency reasons. He says his name's Roger, but on the voicemail it says Ty. In the email it says Ty. There's something going on here, and so that's why I was consistent. And man, hopefully we can get you guys taken care of. Talk to your dad and give me a shout back, okay?
I sure will, okay.
All right, appreciate you, Ty. Bye bye.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
You too.
Bye.